let's see what's going on in the House.
They even rejected a nearly $2 trillion COVID relief proposal by President Trump. Many Americans knew right then that leading Democrats were sabotaging the economy ahead of the election for political gain. During those crucial months, while Speaker Pelosi stalled COVID relief, thousands of Americans died. Tens of thousands of small businesses closed. Hospitals and nursing homes struggled, while millions of Americans were left jobless. In the election, Democrats in Congress paid a steep price for this cruel inaction, with voters giving House Republicans nearly two-thirds of the seats needed to take back the majority. I thank President Trump for signing bipartisan legislation, even with its flaws, that included several separate bills that hitched a ride on the annual funding bill for the government, including COVID relief, a first-ever ban on surprise medical bills, and $328 billion in urgent tax relief for families and local businesses. I recognize that today's Cash Act will
Talon, I think you would get the stimulus. I think it's for people who have made under $75,000.
pass with bipartisan support, Republicans and Democrats alike, and I respect the decision of each member of Congress. But for me, I worry that this whopping $463 billion won't do what's needed, stimulate the economy, or get the jobless back to work. At this point in the recovery, the fact is,
Yeah, the pandemic is at its worst point ever. I'm worried that people won't go out to work in the workforce. We're all literally wearing masks right now because the COVID pandemic is fucking murdering hundreds of thousands of people. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'm worried about people not being able to go back to work. Fuck off.
it's hard to stimulate a Main Street that's locked down by local politicians. This won't help local restaurants get their workers permanently back, or hospitality and convention industries rehire their workers for the long term, and won't help get energy workers back on the job. Will this stimulate our local economies? Not a lot. What we know is that much of this extra $1,600 will go to pay down credit card debt, or savings, or even make new purchases online at Walmart, Best Buy, or Amazon. So rather than merely sending checks to credit card companies, this $500 billion could more than double the number of small businesses and mid-sized businesses getting PPP forgivable loans to hire their workers and stay alive through the recovery. It could make sure airline workers have secure jobs for more than just a few months, and do more to replenish frontline healthcare workers.
You know what's even worse for the economy? When when anywhere between 13 to 30 million people lose their homes and can no longer work because they're fucking homeless.
We should be focused on the families that are hurting most, none more than the 8 million Americans
I have we cringed about it together on stream. It's pretty impressive.
who lost their job due to COVID. Our top priority, in addition to defeating the virus, is to get them back to work. So far, Congress has already approved more than $20,800 directly to a family of four with one parent out of work. That's on top of their state unemployment benefits. If we want to do even more for the jobless, this same huge amount of money today could give every unemployed worker from COVID and their employer a $50,000 incentive to return to work. With this huge amount of money, you could even give the bottom 90% of workers in America an income tax-free year for 2021.
Wow, really? An income tax-free year? Say it ain't so. I'm making so much money. That would it would free me of so much of the money that I have to pay the government. I don't pay very much in taxes cuz I don't make a lot of money. Holy shit.
a full year where you go to work each day for yourself rather than for Washington. Can you imagine what a no-tax 21 would do for low and middle income families, workers, and the local economy? Or we can simply hold this money back, not hastily spend another $500 billion we don't have while we assess.
Wow, wait, spending another $500 billion we don't have? You mean like what we would be doing next year if we gave everyone an income tax break? Spending the money we don't have? Wait, you mean the money we don't have that all went into the defense budget? Wow, maybe we should have cut the defense budget by a lot and instead given COVID relief to people.
The impact vaccinations are having on consumer confidence and unlocking of the economy. There are a lot of ways to spend money, if that's the goal, but in my view, let's be smart about it. Let's target assistance to those who need it most. The Ways and Means Committee should be the place to explore and analyze these options, not just have a bill that spends over $400 billion hastily dropped on us at the last minute. I know, working together, Republicans and Democrats, we can do better to help people get back to work and truly help this recovery. I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman from Texas.
The fact that there is a polite political body around him and no one from the public in that room to shout "fuck you" at him as he finishes talking is really a crime. You know, every look in my I propose as part of our socialist takeover of this country, okay? I propose that every single legal body in America has a new designated position called we can call it the political crier, okay? Much like the town criers of olden days. Their job would be to proclaim and cry out with a loud voice. And in this case, it would be to call out "fuck you" to bad ideas that get voiced on the floors of our political bodies. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, good luck to all of the businesses out there when people are homeless and throwing bricks through windows because they need a loaf of bread.